Alright. Well, we're live, Cameron Fong. This is another
Hello.
week of What's our name again?
Unlikely Guys podcast.
Is that what we're calling it? Okay. The UG
I don't think
podcast.
we're setting a name. That can be adjusted.
Alright, well, welcome back to the UG podcast. So, Cameron Fong, tell me, man, how has it been going this week?
It's not been too bad. It's been Chinese New Year. Had 2 days off, 2 extra days off. So I've been enjoying the first day, and I've got tomorrow off before I head back to work.
Chinese New Year, man. How has that been? What have you done? What did you do?
I went to visit family actually on Saturday. Some of them I've not seen for a really, really long time. Namely 17 years almost. And then I went to celebrate with some friends. Went out past 2 nights. It's been relatively wild, but it's been good fun.
Wild. Alright.
Wild, yes.
That's the word you'll use to describe it? Sure.
Anyone listening, Hong Kong nightlife is good fun, so give it a shot.
Okay, man. We'll definitely give it a shot, right? Right, listeners? I can hear them say yes. Alright, so what else is new? I heard you have a new apartment. You moved.
Yes, I have moved from Wan Chai to Kennedy Town. I'm staying in a very old building. Not particularly the nicest, but it is cheaper. It saves money, and it fits the bill for now.
Wow. All right. Well, tell us about your new roommates. You were talking with them earlier.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else in, but I thought I was alone. But a guy just came back, and he's from Holland. He's over here interning with the European Commerce of Exchange, and I think he's pretty drunk when he came back. It's 2 a.m, but seems like a decent guy. Said there was a lot of issue trying to find a job back over in Europe, so that's why he's in Hong Kong interning.
Oh wow, that's actually interesting. So he went abroad to find a job, I guess, some experience.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All the way in Hong Kong. It's a small world, man. All these Dutch people there. Seems like a popular place for these Dutch people.
It is. I have met a lot of Dutchies over here.
A lot. Like last week on the podcast, he said the same thing, I believe.
Yeah, I met a few last week. I think I met another 2 this week as well.
Neil's friends, I believe, as well.
Sorry?
Neil has some Dutch friends, I think, as well, or classmates.
No, they're gone. They're back. They were over for half a year.
Okay.
But we've met Dutch people, and we've been it's been quite nice having a quick chat with them. So.
And you're impressing them with your knowledge of small towns.
I don't think I have that much of a knowledgeable brain about Holland. But I plaster about Veen and Daan Utrecht a lot. So.
Yes, man, they love that. That guy, he sounded surprised when you said the small.
It's the small towns that they're surprised about. Like everyone knows Amsterdam, but if you go Arnhem, Veenendaal.
Yeah, you're pronouncing it not that well, but it's okay. They understand you.
Not bad.
Can you say Utrecht?
Utrecht.
Oh damn, you're getting close there, but still I can hear it.
It's that last rolling touch.
It's experience, man. You need to grow up with this language before you can do that.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of people have issues with that, man. A lot of people, but I think you'll get it at some point. So yeah, that's you. You've been moving. This is the 3rd time you've moved, I believe, man. Going crazy.
Second time. I moved from kind of 3rd time. I moved from Scotland to Taibo in the New Territories with my aunt and uncle. And then I moved to Wan Chai, and now I'm here. So technically 3rd time, yeah.
Yeah, 3 times already, man. It's crazy.
So it's interesting. It's nice to kind of experience different parts of Hong Kong living there. But I mean, Wan Chai was okay, but it was very noisy. And I really appreciate the kind of peacefulness over here.
And each time you're getting closer to your internship.
Yes, that's very true. This is
location-wise.
very close to work.
Every
Very close
single
to work,
time you
yeah.
move, it's even closer. That must be nice.
Yeah, it's promoting my laziness a wee bit much.
So are you gonna be able to walk, or are you still gonna take public transport?
No, I can walk in about 10 minutes. I can be at work.
But will you walk, or will you take a?
I'll walk. I'll walk. There's no
Alright.
point in me taking. There's no like. It's not far enough for me to take to another station.
Were you paying
For
for that
on
before?
the
Like,
return. Sorry.
how much? Like, do you have to pay? How much did you have to pay for like to get there with public
Every
transport?
day.
Yeah.
So from well, originally from Taipo, I was it's $20 something one way. So every day I'd be spending about $50, which is like £5.
Okay, that's decent.
Well, not really if you add it up. I mean, £5 every day for a full week. That's at least £25 every month. Times 4 is nearly £100 in transport.
Okay, well, at least it's not like me. If I lose my traveling card, the one that I travel for free with, I'd have to pay 20 euros to go. Once my card broke, for some reason it broke, even though it's in my wallet 24/7. I tried to go home, and or basically it broke twice in my life. Um, First time I wanted to go to university, and like we have to scan the card, right? There's like this pole, you have to scan it, and it didn't pick it up. It didn't scan at all. So
Oh my goodness.
I was like, what the hell do I do? And I basically had to pay 20 euros, well 23 euros to go each way. So for a day pass, 23 euros, and I did that twice. So it cost me nearly 50 euros to get to school for 2 days.
My goodness.
Well, I had to wait for my different card to come back, and but
That's ridiculous.
there's a system that you can ask your money back. So I did that, and I got most of it back. So, but it broke
Okay.
twice.
Well, I mean, that's better than nothing. Right?
Yeah,
So.
I mean, but still, you have to pay like 10 euros for a new card as well. You don't get that money back, and
Jeez.
yeah, it's a pain. But $5 seems way better than 25. So I would be happy for that, especially on the weekends.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to pay rent.
Okay, well that's a different thing as well.
Yeah, I mean, it all adds up. So have to really budget it well.
Yeah, not too much, not too many, useless trips to whatever you're going. I don't know. So what else? I heard you're traveling as well. Someone told me you're traveling to across the country.
Yes, I will be going to Beijing in February.
Oh, nice! You're gonna walk around there, see some sights.
Yeah, my destination is actually to go see a couple of things in particular. I want to go see the Great Wall.
Oh yes.
Forbidden City, which is obviously the most cliched places, but it's a must do. But also there's a designer called Dan Roosgaard. He's from Holland, and he has a company called Studio Roosgaard, and he developed this clean air project in Beijing. And I'm hoping I manage to go there and see the installation before it leaves to another city. So I need to actually double check the date. So thank you for reminding me that it's basically a clean air project about active environments, and it's really really interesting. And also a couple of landscape architecture projects, one by Martha Schwartz. But anyway, yes, not to
sounds you're
detail.
gonna be busy there, man. How long you staying there for?
I'm going to be there for, I think, 4 days. I think my flights are scheduled for 3-4 days.
Flight? I thought you would take the train.
No, I'm flying up. It's a lot quicker.
How much time you saving by flying?
I think by train, there's an overnight sleeper train. I think it's 8 to 10 hours. I think. But me flying is two and a bit hours, I think.
Oh wow, that's exciting, man. China and Hong Kong, that's a big place. I remember when we were flying back to, or when we went to Tokyo and back. for the longest time, man, we were just over China, all that, man. That was a crazy place. It's really big.
We were over China for a really long time. And that stopover in Shanghai was something.
Shanghai, oh my god. Don't even start. Don't even start about Shanghai. The most... Well, we went in the bad time, I guess. Like, it was really hot. And, I don't know. It's, definitely you learn from that, timing we chose there.
Learn from that experience, yes.
Yeah. So, I want to talk about, how we've been, in touch now for 5 years. It's almost our 5th year anniversary on Facebook.
Yeah, this is a very interesting topic actually. So as some of you may have had queries about how a person in Scotland all of a sudden met someone in Holland, we actually met through online gaming. As some may be aware, some may not be aware. So it's a really weird concept still to us as well. That like for two people to meet so randomly, like after 5 years, we're very, very good friends. We've like traveled places together as a bigger group as well. So yeah, this is a really interesting kind of year to remember that.
Yeah, it's not often that people meet friends they met online in real life, and we've done it a couple of times now.
Yeah, it's been four occasions.
I'd say 3. So the first time we met each other was in Scotland, 2015, in August.
Yeah.
I went there with our friend Murdy.
Yeah.
He's the one that got me into the game where I met Cameron Fong. Oh, should I say the last name? Well, it's late. Well,
yeah.
That's where I met Cameron at. Yeah, and we both went there to meet him. We went to his small town called Ayr. We stayed there in Scotland for a week. Then we went to Glasgow and Edinburgh. Many great memories. We met another great friend of ours named Will. He came from a different country, so it's an interesting thing, like how you can make friends on the internet and stay in touch for that long. The second time we met, when was that again?
We went over January of 2016. A few of us went over to Amsterdam for our friend Kiki's birthday. That was interesting.
That was you,
and then
Fraser.
Me, Fraser, not Neil, Sam, and Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
that was for when Kiki's birthday. Kiki's another friend of ours. They also met they met through me on the video game. On these video games again, and so basically that trip was fun as well. A lot of new friendships were made.
Yeah.
A lot of friendships were made, and that was pretty fun too. And then the third time we met, we shouldn't keep saying that. Like the third time we met, like the third time we saw each other was when we went to Japan together. You guys bought a connecting flight, a cheaper flight basically. You took a risk on that.
Yeah, that was a bit of a risk. But it paid off. I mean, we ended up being on time and getting everything sorted. So we flew from Edinburgh to Glasgow to Amsterdam to Tokyo. Yes. And we met Gabriel in Amsterdam. And actually, when me and Fraser flew over from Glasgow, we met because we were in Amsterdam for a while, so we met up with Paul.
That was the first time you met Paul.
Yeah, that was the first time we met Paul. Yeah, Paul's another friend that we met online, which is another story, interesting story for another time.
Well, we can tell. We don't have. You have time. You have to go somewhere.
Well, no. Okay, right. So this was whenever we were gaming.
I'd say November 2015.
I'm not too sure myself, but we can go for that. We were gaming, and then all of a sudden we played with this random person, and I, being me, stupidly was just, it was kind of a half troll but sincere at the same time. Um, I asked one of the people that we were playing with just randomly where he was from, and asked him to join us for another game. And he was said from Holland, and immediately the second they said Dutch, Gabriel's response on Skype was, "Oh, it's gonna be another one of those." And I was held back. I was like, "Why?"
No, you guys did this to piss me off because I've had many bad experiences with Dutch people on the internet, people from my own country here. And I rather like not do it because I don't know. It was close minded of me, but yeah, keep going.
Um, and we ended up inviting him to join our Skype call, and all of a sudden, like it just kind of clicked. He was a really nice guy called Paul, and we ended up being really good friends with him. We still are really good friends with him,
Yeah.
and we proved Gabriel wrong that night.
Yeah, I guess so. And sorry, let me correct myself. It was November of 2014 even, because I remember it was the end of the year, right? Right? It was the end of the year, right?
Was it that long ago? It's been 3 years.
Basically, because
No.
I added him on Facebook on April 2015. So it's
Oh my goodness.
so I remember it being at the end of the year. So it's definitely
I did not expect it to be that long.
it is, man. I think it is. I can double check on because of course we added him on Skype first.
Mhm.
So it's definitely
But yeah, the point of the story was we met another friend online, and he's a very, very intelligent person.
his name is Paul, and
Also,
he knows a lot about politics. So
yeah, he's very well versed in politics of all natures, and he's a very impressively knowledgeable person. Which will end up featuring him one day, I'm sure, in some form or another.
Yeah, so November 14th, 2014. We
My
added Paul
goodness,
on
that's it.
thingy. So it's gonna be
That is it.
3 years this year, I guess.
Yeah, 3 years, I guess.
Time
Jeez.
flies, huh?
Very fast, very, very, very fast. But yeah. Anyway, back to the point of the story was we travelled to Japan that time. But the kind of underlying meaning of this is, I think there's a very misconception still to this day and age. No matter how viral everything is and how easy it is to meet people online, people still are a bit skeptical about, especially online gaming and meeting people online. Which I completely think is fair, but also it's misconstrued in the intent, because meeting people online is very much like meeting people in person. There's people you don't get along with, there's people you get along with, and sometimes you even meet people that you stay in touch with constantly. Like, for the past 5 years, I think we've spoken at least once a week, at least, at very least.
Yeah.
I could maybe even say once a day. I mean, yeah, of some sort, you know. So I mean, it's really not about where and in what environment you meet people. I think it just depends on personality, and if anything, meeting people online should be a gift rather than something we see as, oh, that's a bit weird, or only weird people meet people online gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you get to meet people all over the world from different backgrounds.
Yeah, I agree.
You would never ever have had the chance to before, right?
Yeah, true.
So I think it's definitely a blessing compared to what a lot of people may think.
I think people consider it weird because you don't see them face to face, or you're like, oh, I don't care about this person because I'll never see him. But if you share a common interest, such as we did, like playing that video game that shall not be named, which I did get the urge to play again lately. By the way, I really want to do it, but I know that it's gonna take so much time. So let's not do that, huh? So yeah, if you have a common interest together, like perhaps you like watching the same TV shows, playing the same video games, I think some you'll keep staying in touch to talk about those things as long as you're interested in it. And for
Yeah.
us, at least for us, we kept playing the same video games together, so
Yeah.
that kind of moves, and that's how. So first it was just me and you that met each other, and then you played with my friends Murdy and Seme, and then
Mhm.
we played some with your friend as well. Remember Rory, your friend Rory? That was
Yeah, Rory. Yeah. I mean, actually, we played. I mean, don't forget Sam. Sam is still
right. Sam
very
too.
much
Yeah,
one of the longest ones. Yeah.
yeah. Sam was
Um.
before all the Lychee boys, before Neil and Fraser.
Yeah. He was one of the very first. Yeah. I mean, we've met a lot and a lot of people, and we still speak to a lot of them
Yeah,
today every so often. So I mean, it's been a crazy, crazy experience. And some of these people genuinely are people I prefer to speak to compared to people I've met in real life.
yeah,
So it's really not about how you meet them, it's genuinely about the personality and the type of people you meet.
definitely.
It's
'Cause-
very much like going to a club, right? I mean, if you go to a football club, you meet people that have common interests and you
yeah,
might get along better. It makes sense, right?
yeah,
So
definitely.
it's just another club in a sense. So I don't think there should be a negative perception that you can still see that some people do have that perception nowadays, but I don't think it should be a thing.
Yeah, because for me, for example, I when someone would ask me what I was doing, like in Scotland or who I went with in Tokyo, I was
Mhm.
reluctant to say like, oh, with some friends I met online, because it's like to me, even to me it sounds kind of weird. But like, no, it's not weird. That's Cammy and Sam and Fraser and Neil, and I know these people for
Yeah,
years now, so it's not weird. But I'm always thinking, oh, they're probably gonna think,
there's still a bit of
weird.
judgment with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I said this to one of my friends, and she's like, I was like, oh yeah, it might sound weird, but yeah, I went with some friends I met online, and
Hmm.
she said, oh, that's not weird. I also know someone that I met online, and she also had the same experience like as we did. So perhaps it's getting less weird, I guess, or perhaps more
Yeah,
people are doing it.
I think even maybe the thing is sometimes a lot of people do meet people online and they don't say it because they're scared of being judged. So then,
Yeah,
like, say for example, you and that friend, you actually both do it, but because you're too scared to say it, you're just like, oh, it's just a friend, but you actually still do it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, true.
So I think it's just it's scared of judgment sometimes, but then you can say now should be a better time than any because people aren't just meeting online through gaming; they're meeting online through everything,
Yeah,
dating apps, Instagram. Photographers from all over the world meet each other through Instagram, and then they meet up and do work together.
yeah.
Like it shouldn't ever be seen as a thing.
No, but I
It's
think
really
the
negatively
difference with that,
perceived.
Cammy, is the difference with that is that they might be in the same country though, most of the time. If they meet online.
I wouldn't think so. Okay, right. Let me put this proposition forward. YouTubers, yeah.
Yeah.
So say for example, Casper. Casper was from what South Africa.
I don't know who Casper is. Sorry.
Well, I think he's from South Africa. This might be so wrong, and people might be judging so hard right now. But I'm pretty sure he's from South Africa. I'm presuming he started YouTube over there and then went to England and stuff. But YouTubers from all over the world meet each other at like places and they do collab videos, right?
Yeah, definitely. But
So
but I'd
to me,
say
it's bewildering that it's accepted in that fashion, but not another in the fashion that we met.
yeah, because again, that maybe I'm trying to fight this too much, but that's more for a work thing other than a friend thing. So we did it more because it's a friend thing. We didn't work together. Like we just hung out together and did fun shit. So but for them, like these YouTubers, it's kind of a more work thing, and I wonder how many people actually just met their friends. Like actual friends. I mean, those YouTubers could be friends with each other, of course, but the first thing that brought them together was work, I guess. But for us, it was more like we enjoyed doing the same things, like in
Uh-huh.
our free time, just for ourselves. So
Okay, then let's talk about this. Pen pals. from before. Pen pals have been a thing for years. They used to write letters to each other, and then maybe they meet up. Right?
True, true.
That's a legend. Yeah.
That's a
So,
thing. Yeah.
so actually, it's been a thing around for a long time. It's just in another kind of category of why you're communicating. I mean, pen pals communicated for numerous reasons. There used to be ones about because when they were in the war, so children of each side would end up pen paling each other because they would see like first-hand boils down to the families and the countries, and pen pals through books. Like that was their common interest.
Yeah.
It's the exact same. So I think it's just a very negative perception of like gaming.
Man, you just brought up pen pals, and I always wanted one. To be honest, when I was younger, I always wanted one.
I did too, actually. I would have found it very interesting, but in a sense, we did get them from another source, not through writing letters, but through another fashion.
Yeah, I guess because we still kind of write like with our blog, so
Yeah, I mean, let's not get into nooks and crannies about it, but yeah, we we communicate effectively in lots of forms.
like last week we said we were gonna do that, doing something new every week.
Yeah,
I think this is a nice idea to do, like finding a pen pal.
yeah,
And
I completely agree. I mean, I hope it's still common enough and popular enough to do so. But this, yeah, it would be an interesting thing to try out.
but how would people do it now? It's like I assume the old school way of doing it is sending letters, but
Yeah,
like
you can still send letters.
what about emails? Would that be pen pals?
Yeah, yeah. ePal, is that a thing? ePal?
I guess. Well, there's everything, so why not?
Yeah, ePen pal or something. Yeah, I'm sure there's a thing up there. We could try it. We could check it out.
Yeah, I think this is. I think we should make a list beforehand of things we could do. So just brainstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bringing out really crazy ideas as well. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Because it's like you can meet a person and introduce them. I mean, it's interesting. Because I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I would see this on like a cartoon or something, and or and I think I always wanted to do it. Like just talk to someone and I don't know. I always like making friends with random people. So definitely think we should try out if you also like that idea.
Yeah, we have. I mean, also, I mean, you. Sorry, not to tangent too much, but you picked up on that point of like you enjoy meeting people, but I think we've made an extreme effort this year in particular to just be more sociable. Well, maybe in the past couple of months more. I think we've really pushed ourselves to be more sociable,
Yeah, definitely.
which is really it's been really nice as well, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we should keep broadening our horizons.
I actually have something that I've been thinking about lately. So this is my second year in Amsterdam doing like studying, and now that it's basically been half a year already. By the way, so that's pretty. I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it that way. I thought it was way. I thought I just started. It still feels like I just started. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this year I came into a different class. Like our class consists of 3 different classes from last year, because like there's a lot of people that drop out. There's like less classes, so they need to fill it up again, So
Yeah.
this year I came into a new class. So a couple of my classmates from last year, like 5 of them, 6 of them. And there's a different class that has like 10 people from last year, and another class that has like 7 people from last year, something like that, and like basically around 30 people. And I've noticed that because I was excited because it's like, oh, more new people, But it's been different. It's been a different experience because people, I see that they still like to hang out in their own group, So
Yeah.
there's no like cross pollination. Like they just for me, it's like, oh, let me talk to a new person every day, but you can still tell that they want to stay comfortable in their own group, which was
Yeah.
kind of sad. I thought like it's like ah damn they just don't want to meet someone else in your class,
Hmm.
because I always thought the feeling of like classmates, like yeah you're like yeah you're classmates, you stick together and stuff like that, but it's not been that way. So what do you think about that? Like, have you had this as well ever?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're both guilty of it before as well, right?
Staying in
Um,
groups or something?
yeah, I think when you're comfortable in a social circle, or a social scene that you're used to, and you don't feel the need to change or expand, then you kind of close off a wee bit, right?
I guess.
I think, I mean, I'm sure I've been guilty of doing it myself. But then it's not a bad thing. It's just a matter of what you feel is appropriate. Because I feel as if whenever I was kind of comfortable with my social scene and I didn't really feel the need to meet more people or make more friends, I was more than kind of happy with the people I had surrounding me. Um, and which is completely fair because everyone is kind of at a different social level in terms of what they want and what they need. Um, so you can't push it too hard, but I now obviously I feel like being sociable with anyone is a very important thing because you honestly never know what kind of opportunities and chances that you can get from meeting new people.
Yeah, and how
Um,
much you have in common as well.
yeah, definitely. Like I think we judge very quickly as much as we try not to and we don't want to. Immediately, I think first impressions are a very big thing, and straight away we're like, maybe they're not that kind of person, but they can actually pleasantly surprise you a lot. And I've experienced that being over here. Um, I was blown away by some of the people I met, even although I did judge them slightly when I first got the impression of them. I was completely wrong.
Of course,
So
yeah. If you don't really if you never talk to that person, it might be different. So yeah.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think I was guilty of it as well in the past. But in coming to like a new school, I thought like let me be more social
Mm,
I'm kind of, at heart I'm an introvert, so I like to be alone most of the time just to chill out.
mm,
So it wasn't always easy for me just to keep to talk to random people and like just start talking constantly. But
yeah.
now it's like I've grown into that, so it's not that hard for me anymore.
Yeah,
So
like you can kind of switch back and forth.
yeah, definitely. So that's the mindset I came to in this new class and stuff. And yeah, so it's been different.
I,
So
I don't think you should see it as a sad thing either, though, because for example, if you have spoken to everyone in the class and everyone kind of not that they know you very well, but they know who you are at least, and they're like, oh, that's the guy that was really nice. He just kind of came over and spoke to us, kind of thing. I think in future, perhaps uh, you just have to work in a group or something together. Then it can come back as a good thing, just from that first impression of like making an effort to talk to people and meet them.
yeah,
So even though maybe at that point they're not really wanting to expand their social circle, maybe in future they might, or for any group work or anything, they'd be like, oh, that he was a pretty decent guy. So I mean, it's no harm at all.
yeah. I think it's just at least I tried, and
Yeah, just do your
we'll
own
see what
path.
the
That's the main
future
thing.
holds on with that. But I don't. I mean, I've done my thing. So, but I still have my classmates from last year that I always talk to. So it's
Yeah,
not like that I'm lonely or something in class, but it's just that I want to see like how other people are, and
yeah,
get a
it's good.
fresh, maybe some fresh project group with so
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
to work with other people, but
it's a
it's
good thing.
fine.
If it happens, it happens. Though I mean, sometimes you just can't push it too far.
Yeah, I think
But
I think it's fine. Um, so yeah, so yeah, so what? Let's highlight. So it's been 5 years, man. 5 years. So let's highlight the things we've done. So it first started us playing video games together. We would do it every day, like, and especially if we had like off from school, it would be freaking
those
crazy.
were really bad though.
It would be us from day to morning, early morning.
Yeah, day to morning. Yeah, literally maybe from like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. all the way till like 4 in the morning. We'd sleep, we'd wake up, and it would just repeat.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the first part of the day would be maybe eating, like watching a TV show.
Waking up. Yeah.
And then.
And even at that, sometimes whenever we watch TV, because we were watching the same shows, we would actually watch it
together. Together.
You know what the most... I never ever told you this. You know the most annoying thing about watching TV with you was?
What?
Sometimes you didn't mute your mic, and like if something happened, you would like fucking complain about it. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear. But like you would complain about it or comment on it, and like I would miss out what they would say because all I hear was you on Skype.
Oh man, you never said. Why wouldn't you say this? So we used to
because
do that.
Like, at the time I found it really funny, but I muted my mic anyway. I just found it really funny, so I didn't say anything. But
yeah, we used to do that all the time. All the time.
We used to watch Suits. I think it was mainly Suits that we done that with.
No. Don't forget White Collar, because that's.
Oh yeah, White Collar and Nikita.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss that so much. Think about how many TV shows we used to watch. Jeez, man.
Too many.
Nikita, Chuck. We used to cry about Chuck. We used to. So
Not literally cry about Chuck.
White Collar was interesting because I remember exactly. We watched this. I think we watched this first episode together.
Yeah, we did.
I remember the week. I remember the day. Like I remember what I did that day.
Sheesh.
Like that's pretty interesting. I remember thinking about it in the train. Like, oh, I can't wait to get back home to watch it. It's like it was a really cool TV show we used to watch. And it also ended. So yeah. That's what we first did in those first couple of years. We just watched TV shows, played video games 24/7. Remember one time?
TV show, video games, yeah.
One time I was up until 7 in the morning, which was like, yeah, it's pretty late. But for you, it's like you're 1 hour behind us, like my time. So
yeah.
It's like that 1 hour still makes a difference. To be honest.
I still remember there was a night Sam was staying at mine or I was up at his. And it was us three, and it was just, we went all night, and it was ridiculous. We stayed until like nearly 8 in the morning, yeah.
Crazy. Just playing. I mean, we had a lot of fun, because that's why we kept doing it. But
yeah.
So much time just sitting there, just clicking, being in a different world of like... Because if I think back of like playing that game, it wouldn't I wouldn't see myself looking at the TV, like at the screen, but I would see myself being like in a different world because you forget everything around you. Everything around you is just, if you have a headset on, you don't hear anything other than the game.
Mm-hmm. You're so immersed in it.
In it, deep, and then you're hungry or something.
Focused in it, yeah.
Maybe you got some food and you're like, oh wait, I'm back in real life.
I still remember the thing about it was, I remember someone said to me, you know, if the building was on fire, you wouldn't even know it was on fire. And at that moment, I thought, you know what? I really don't care what you say. But now that I look back, I'm like, I really probably would not know. Like, if it was a room that I wouldn't see physically, I probably wouldn't know.
You would smell it, but that would be weird. My mom always, because I used to play, like, you know, I used to play a lot. My mom would say, if your computer could make you food, you would never leave the room. And that is true. that might be true. That's gonna be the future probably. There's gonna be that in the future. I bet you.
Yeah, I still remember watching that South Park episode actually.
The World of Warcraft one.
Remember that?
Okay, let's forget it. I'll just say it. We used to play World of Warcraft together. Never forget it. We played World of Warcraft. I told some guy like a few weeks ago that I used to play that game. He looked at me so surprised. You, a black guy? You play World of Warcraft? It's like, yeah, I did. I might not look like it, but I did, and a lot of it.
But I mean, yeah, I think if you honestly look at us both now and like how kind of just not I don't want to say normal because not all gamers are like super geeky or anything, but I think a lot of people are surprised that we did game so intensively.
Oh. Yeah.
Even now, like just the other day we found out that I went out the other night and one of our friends I met over here, he actually plays League, and he was surprised to hear that I played League, and I was like, what is going on? And I found out technically my uncle, but he's like my age, so I just call him a cousin. He plays League over here as well.
Oh man, I imagine if we could play together as well. That would be funny.
So I mean, it's such a crazy world. I think a lot of people just don't expect it, but we did.
Yeah,
we played World of Warcraft. We played League of Legends.
From that, we went from World of Warcraft, playing that, and then it got boring. Like we basically got bored. Also, real life started changing. You had to do more stuff, studying, jobs, like. That's pretty interesting too. Like how many jobs we've had between this time, you know. We had to do so many different things throughout these years. Like from that I remember the time I started playing League of Legends when we switched. You didn't play yet. You had to do other stuff for a while.
No, I was still playing WoW, yeah.
So that time, I would switch to League of Legends because my friends were doing it as well, some old friends. And that's the same time I started a job, so I still remember that. Like it's been that long ago. So, and then you came along later.
We stopped speaking as intensely back then because we were playing different games, but we still talk regularly about TV shows and stuff like that.
And then from that, you started playing it as well. And then I met your friends Neil, Nikki, Fraser. Sam started playing League as well, and then we switched to that game. And that's the last game we started playing because we never played anything else other than that together.
I mean, we played RuneScape sometimes to fill time.
Yeah, that was weird as well. So yeah, we did that as well for a break, I guess. But mainly it's been League of Legends, and from that we just played every day as well. We would every night basically every night when you would get back home. After dinner, basically.
I really think that if we spent so much time, the time that we spent gaming, onto something else, we would be masters.
For sure.
We would have mastered so many things. We spent so much time gaming.
Yeah, but
I think my main account on World of Warcraft, there was over a year of playtime. And for anyone that doesn't understand playtime, when I mean a year, it doesn't mean like 2016 to 2017, it's literally a year, is in 365 days worth of time.
And that's a lot. That's a lot. Because you would, average on a day, you would be online maybe 5 hours or something. I think that's a decent time to say 6 hours perhaps.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
So imagine accumulating those hours into 365 days. So that's a...
And the worst thing was that was only one account. There was so many characters I had that had a very lengthy played time. So we dedicated a lot of time.
Yeah, you definitely more than I did because I played that later, but
yeah,
sure. But once we started playing, it would be intensely. So from that we started playing other games and. Then at some point, Cam was like, "Hey, dude, you should come over to Scotland." I was like, "Oh shit, really?" I was like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to do this."
I think sometimes it started off as a kind of like not a joke, but it'd be like, "Hey, you should come over." But a lot of the time, it happened.
So yeah, fuck it, let's do it. It's like, wow, all right, we're doing it. And it's pretty nervous. It's pretty nervous. I got pretty nervous because you never know if Cameron Fong is a, an organ harvester. Not trying to be stereotypical, but you never know how they are in real life, So we met. I remember meeting Fraser for the first time, and that guy is awkward. That
was awkward.
He didn't know what to do with his life, man. Fraser looked so awkward. He's like, "Oh shit." Because I remember I went to the bathroom and I came back and he was there, already talking to you guys.
I remember actually. I woke up extremely early to drive to Edinburgh Airport to pick you up. And then we went for breakfast at Ben's and Sam's.
Yeah, but that's when we met Sam and Ben together.
Yeah, that was funny.
I remember that selfie we took with my my selfie stick hand.
Yeah.
Damn, that.
And that was really nice of Ben to treat that huge breakfast.
Yeah, we had a big welcome there, man.
Yeah. And then we drove down. Where did we go? We went straight to my house first, I think. Dropped off your stuff. Yeah.
And then I actually miss Air, dude. So for some reason I miss Air for some reason. I don't know why. I want to beat her again and just see like what's going on, man. Seeing those Scottish people looking at me weird, like what is a black guy doing here? When we went to Asda.
There's more black people now.
Yeah, but not like me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So that was interesting, for sure. Seeing like your town, like it's interesting to see where people grew up. You know, that's different than yours. You said that you didn't see mine.
Yeah, I mean, we had a very, very quick trip in Utrecht, and then all of a sudden, we left. But we never got to go to Veenendaal.
Yeah, but it's interesting though, man. Then we went to Glasgow. Seeing Glasgow was interesting. Then we went to Edinburgh. Like wow, so many things. And there in Glasgow, we met other people. It's like wow, it's a lot of people. It's so interesting. So this is all thanks to playing video games, and it's such a big coincidence because at the time Cameron was like doing this. You wanted to. So in the game you have different kind of worlds, so you're not all in the same world together like everybody. And Cameron decided to, for some reason, he decided to switch worlds to where I was playing. So
yeah, and that's completely random.
And millions of people play this game, millions. So there's such a small chance of meeting someone like that, and then staying in touch with each other for 5 years. It's a small.
I'm pretty sure at first we didn't like each other either.
No, that's you. That's just you. You had some reason that you didn't like me.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't judge people like you do randomly without meeting them.
I thought you were very rude.
Well, I guess I talk too much. I say weird things sometimes. But yeah, I guess that's what most people think of me. But it's a small chance. Like it's a small thing. Because he could have been like, oh, I don't like this place, and I leave. I could have been the same way. And
yeah.
And it happened. Like we had the same interest for some reason. We both wanted to do the same thing, and that's why you came to where I was playing, and like then from there it just started. So it's interesting how I think where it's gonna be more and more people like this. Man, so I was reading a really sad story. It made me think of how we started. I was reading a sad story on Reddit. How a guy was someone put a screenshot of someone else saying that their friend that they used to play World of Warcraft died, and that he wants to take a moment to, for everybody to take a moment to send good thoughts about this, and some other guy told a story about how he used to play World of Warcraft together with someone else in 2006, 5 or something, and for 13 years until like last December, they used to keep in touch. And at the end, like, they share so many memories, keep talking and stuff like that. Yeah. Basically what we've done as well. But last December, like, something bad was happening in that guy's life, and he killed himself. And it's like, wow, this guy, they met each other on the same circumstances like we did, And they basically grew up together because he was 12 years old, 13 years old when they first met. And then 13 years later, basically. So he's not right now. He's 26-ish. So
my goodness.
Through that time, you grew up so much. Like, I mean, it's been 5 years for us, and I think I grew up a lot because I think I used to
we changed a lot.
A lot. 5 years. So imagine 10 years, man. Jeez, imagine the future, man. Just because 5 years ago, how old were you?
5 years ago, I was 17, 16.
And I was 17, basically. I was, because I'm a year older than you. So, that's like so much stuff has happened through that. Like, switching, like going to different schools, graduating, like all that. And you basically grew up. When we were at that age, we used to think we knew everything probably. I think I think I still do sometimes, but then I'm like, no, you don't. You don't know everything. So it's like your personality changes. You become, I guess, more humble in life. or not. Depends who you are. But
Mhm. I think the rapport between us, like we really matured and learned a lot from each other
oh,
in a
definitely.
lot of different ways. And I think that happens to everyone. And it's such a shame that people can see this as such a bad thing, because I don't think we would have managed a lot of things if we didn't do what we done back then.
What do you mean?
Like, in terms of just a lot of circumstances, like from meeting you, like so many things happened because of that, right?
Yeah.
I think the opportunities was just been different. Like, we went to Japan this year, but honestly, I never in my life really saw Japan as a really important place for me to want to go.
No, me neither. To be honest.
Mm.
Well, actually, yeah. Keep on.
So I think if we didn't end up playing league, and like if it wasn't for like Neil and Fraser and stuff, and I don't think I would have really went to Japan by this age anyway,
No, me neither.
and seen what we saw. Yeah,
Because it was really last
So-
moment. Like, really, like, should we do it? We were all like thinking, should we go on holiday together? Where should we go? It's like, because Ryan, the other unlikely guy, he first talked about this to me when we were, I think, in Glasgow, or I don't know when exactly. But first he's like, yeah, well, you want to go to Japan? Like, I was like, yeah, Japan looks really fun to me. I was like,
but then we mentioned Japan at first, right? But then remember we were planning to go to Korea because we had friends over there.
yeah, because the circumstances changes in January
Yeah.
of 2016. I'm not gonna go into it because it's not my place. But yeah,
Yeah,
circumstances
that's not-
changed. Yeah.
But either or, even if we went to Korea, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
I honestly wouldn't mind going to Korea this year. I think
I wouldn't mind you there.
I-
We've still to decide that as well, actually.
yeah, it's both like going to China or Hong Kong looks fun. Like Asia in general looks fun to me. I want to go everywhere. Actually, honestly. I want to take a big loan, like a big loan, man, and just go, dude. Just go. My dream, my ultimate dream would be to be able to live in Los Angeles for 1 year or something. That would be so cool. I would be one.
We can do it. We can do it. I really want to live in LA for a year.
That would be so fun, to be honest.
I feel as if we're like telling everyone about our future aspirations.
Man, we should just do that. Fuck, we're gonna do that. Just like the
We
last
should
minute
do it.
decisions, we'll just do that.
Seriously, when we graduate, we should do it.
Definitely, man. Go there. Changed everything about us, like becoming actors or something, becoming famous.
I've always wanted to act.
Yeah, so that could happen. So keep watching out for us. It will be, if let's say it would happen, because we're recording podcasts right now just basically for ourselves. Because let's be honest, not many people will be listening to this, and it will be interesting to be able to play this back in like I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, I don't know how long, but it will be interesting to listen to this back, and hopefully we've achieved something by then. Because if we would listen to our young selves right now and we've not done shit, I think we will become very sad in the future. So I think this is a good motivation to not be sad in the future, to try to achieve stuff.
But I think even this year we've really, especially like going into 2017, we've really set our minds on doing more and pushing hard, and there's just no more excuses. We're really going for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think, as cliche as it's in, the sky's the limit. It's just depending how hard we want to work for it.
Because I always thought like I should start doing something right now. I guess this might be it. I guess this is the thing. It's like a thing we could work towards with to make big, like ourselves, basically, like our own personality, our own. Yeah, this is like this unlikely guys thing. I think it's a good thing to start with because it might branch off to something else that we like doing. So
I think if anything, it's really helped our self development even in the past couple of months.
yeah, definitely, because we both had this talks like, oh shit, we feel like doing something like like a business or something. We had those talks on Skype like, doing. We should start a business, like, because we both had the urge to start something at a young age. Because
Yeah.
most people we look up to did something when they were young, around our
Yeah.
age right now. So I guess this is the thing, man. I guess I just realized that. As long
This
as
is
we,
the start of something.
yeah, because
Regardless what entity it takes up, is the start of something.
we started doing this before in the summer of last year, so it's gonna be a year almost. In half a year will be a year since we started doing this.
Yeah.
I think it was like July.
when did we start? August?
No,
Yeah.
before.
July, sorry.
It was the end of July. We registered the name Unlikely Guys after.
Oh, yeah.
I think do you look? If I would say, I think we should have probably thought better. But the thing about it is, the fact that the name is not that perfect makes it perfect, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there's been a lot of jokes within our social circle about the name, but I mean, it works for what it is, I think.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I think that makes it work. That it's not, because you could spend a lot of time, like we did. We did spend some time thinking of the perfect name. What's the perfect name? Oh, what are we? We're guys. We probably would not have met each other. I think we had a good reason for it. So
Yeah.
for a while, I was like, ah, damn. I think we should change our name. But then now I'm like, no, let's leave it this way. It's kind of weird. It's kind of not perfect. So yeah,
It's kind of weird if we change it though.
Yeah,
At the
now
same
it is,
time, I don't
definitely.
feel as if it's right. Yeah.
it's been a year almost, so it's too late to change it now. Because we basically wanted to change it after we got feedback from our friends.
Yeah.
I believe even Ryan's mom said, or some Ryan's family member said, you guys should change your name.
Why? Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I think it's a good start. So let's see what
It's the
we'll.
start. That's the most important thing. It's the start.
So yeah, I think what we should do next is create a list of things we should do. Just brainstorm, and then that we can. Then there's no excuse, you know. Then you have to, like, okay, you
Yeah,
can do
I
this,
agree.
you can do this, you can do this.
I agree.
So
And now that Ryan's finished his first exam, we can kind of reel him back into what's been happening.
I also finished my exams, by the way. That was stressful last week.
Yeah. But you've been still doing this as well.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to study for another reset. Remember that test I failed, like, because you guys came in? So last November I had to redo it, right?
Yeah.
And to pass you need a 5.5, and I got a 5.3, so I got so close again, but so I didn't pass it again for the third time, I guess. So at the end of February I'll have it again. I'm already gonna start studying for it, you know.
That's good.
'Cause I
You
need
should
to,
start studying.
Yeah. So that should be fine. I hope so. I hope I pass that, or else I'm gonna be on the streets of Amsterdam.
You'll be on the streets of Amsterdam.
So yeah,
I doubt you'll be on the streets of Amsterdam.
man, you're moving far away from the mic. Where are you going, man?
Sorry.
So yeah, the next thing we'll do is we'll create a list, and we'll start doing these tasks, man. So yeah, interesting to talk about that. So what are you gonna do this week, man?
This week I am heading back to work on Wednesday.
Speak
And
louder.
I have a lot of uni work to catch up on as well.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to. I probably gonna go visit my aunt and uncle. She's back from UK, and also I need to go visit some friends as well that have been meaning to meet up for a while. So
Okay, so you'll be some meetings with people and doing stuff.
yeah, getting busy again as usual.
Yeah. This week I have a week off, so I'm gonna be
Well, you have
studying a
full
bit.
week off. You have a full week off.
Yeah. That's the first time ever. It's because the first years are having like an event, so you get a week off.
Okay.
This week I'll be just going back to the gym because I didn't because of the tests, the studying.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that because I don't remember you saying that you went to the gym this week, so wasn't sure if you were just going or you've like not had time recently.
No, I wanted to put all my focus on studying, so I didn't have any excuse to fail.
Yeah, that's completely fair as well.
No, but I should have still went though, because it makes you feel better though. So that's one regret.
Yeah,
Next time I'll definitely do it.
It gives you a slight bridge as well from it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna be looking for that, and I'm gonna try to find a 1 day job. It might be hard, but if I could find because I have 1 day off in a week, perhaps even in the weekend. If I can get 1 day, that would be cool, just to save up for the summer.
Yeah. What about that place that you used to work at?
Which one? The one in Utrecht?
Yeah, yeah.
No, they don't pay. Sadly, it's a great job.
Oh,
I would have been so great at it, but they don't pay. They look for volunteers, even though it's not really volunteer work, but it's just because it's a cultural thing, so they're like looking for foreign volunteers.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
if I could, that would be my dream job to get paid. Like, well, dream side job. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was perfect, but yeah, you cannot have everything. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be going to the gym every day finally, and actually we also talked about that blog post idea about the same topic we just discussed.
Sorry?
The blog post we'll write.
Yeah.
It will be roughly about the same thing, like basically highlighting.
A blog post series of maybe a couple of posts at most, documenting kind of key things that we were talking about in relation to socializing online.
Online friendships, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be a really important one that we can share out.
Because yeah, we can start changing the way people think about it, perhaps, even if it's a couple of people.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, it takes one to make a revolution, right?
Yeah, perhaps we could. Man, just think about it. Perhaps we could highlight some friends of ours, like talk about, like maybe interview them or talk about them, write about them.
Yeah, I think we should actually. That's a good idea.
So yeah, I guess this has been it. We've been talking for over an hour now. It hasn't felt that long, but it's been an hour already. So yeah, I guess this is goodbye. Today was January 30th, at least for me. For you, it's probably January 31st, Chinese time. So
yeah, it's 31st now. Yeah.
So yeah, this has been it. Anything else you want to say, Cami?
No, it's been great documenting this again.
Great. Stop saying the word documented, man. Oh god. Alright. Well.
Hopefully, you'll hear from us next week again.
Hey, but before we leave, I still have, I keep all of random stuff with me from, what I've had in front of me for the last couple of months on my desk.
The Lachi calendar.
No, that's been standing. Actually, the notepad thing, it's been on my on my desk a long time. The 2014 one. Oh, it's been 2000. Wow, just look at this. You sent me this at the start of 2014, in December basically. So 2013, you sent me this. That's crazy. Wow, it's been that long since then. And I think the same year I bought Iron Brew for some reason. I don't know why. But
yeah, you bought Iron Brew.
I bought Iron Brew.
And you sent Snapchats be like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
It's like I bought like 6 of them something for 14 euros. Because they have to import it or some shit, I don't know. But what I also have in front of me is remember the wet wipes from China Eastern? The wet tissue? I still have, I don't know, I haven't opened it yet, but it's a souvenir, I guess.
What?
I keep all the random stuff.
That's insane.
And remember the Wi-Fi code for the Shanghai thing?
Yeah.
The paper, I still have that as well. I keep all your random stuff, but yeah. Oh, this. We were supposed to be saying goodbye to this, but kept going, sorry. Well, it's been a great podcast again. Man, I don't know if I wanted to release last week's one. Because we just, it was chaos. It was like all over the place.
No, it's good to keep a document like that.
Yeah, I'm not deleting or something, but it's just, it's not as good as this one. Yeah. I guess this has been it, man. It was great talking to you again, Cami. We'll be looking forward to next week. And yeah, thank you for listening. Whoever is listening to this, fucking nobody, nobody, man. And don't worry, once we're famous, they'll look back at it. Oh, so this is how they started? Pretty shitty, huh? Because the way pretty shitty. Because the way I'm recording this is, my phone is in the middle of my phone is in the middle of my desk, and the speakers are pointing towards it, like on both sides. So it's like a reflection thing going on right now. It's just so you can hear Cammy. Like, this is not the best quality, but it still works though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's all about doing it.
I hope hopefully if the future us is listening, I hope we have a fucking studio.
I hope so.
And yeah, perhaps I should not swear this much as well. Future me.
I agree.
Keep the swear. No, stop it. Stop. Don't fight me already on this. All right. So yeah, let's say goodbye now. I guess. Yeah. Thank you for listening again. For the third time, I'm saying this. Thank you for listening. And
peace.
We'll see you later. All right. Let me shut this thing off. I have to open my phone first. All right. Okay. Bye.